All right, so briefly, I'm going to go over the paper outline. So for the group project paper outline, it's the first part you turn in, right? It's a pretty straightforward kind of drafting out an idea of what you're going to do for the project, right? So basically, it has to include the following: your chosen topic, a clearly stated research question, and that's it. Because this part, who you are planning to talk to, I'm going to waive that for the assignment. Obviously, with everything that's going on right now, it's very difficult to get in contact with people, especially not in person, because that would be dangerous. But even via the phone, I think it would be much more complicated. A lot of organizations aren't in service, just all of that. So I'm dropping that requirement from the paper. So all your outline has to have is what topic you're choosing and a clearly stated research question, right? So let me take you down to, in the same assignment sheet that tells you about the overall paper, I have the outline requirements, and then down here, there's a rubric for the paper itself, right? So remember that 2 points for the contact, you will just get by manner of turning it in, right? So the other points that you're going to get are for your topic and your research question, right? So explain your chosen topic, briefly state its connection to Crim, and state what class materials you're thinking of using. So let's say your topic was mandatory minimum sentences. You're going to say it's connected to what we've talked about in regards to, the criminal justice system, right? That's all you'd really have to say is like a sentence. And then for state which class materials you're thinking of using, like it says here, you don't have to be specific. You can say Code of the Street. I'm going to use the film Crips and Bloods, or I'm thinking about using Intro to Crim, right? That's all you have to do at this point. Because remember, all the sources you use for the paper, you're welcome to use class sources only. Well, I'm going to go over that in the other outline. I mean, not the outline, the overall group project assignment explainer. I'll go through that. But you're welcome to use just class resources if you want, so you don't have to do outside kind of research projects. So for this part, I'm just trying to get you thinking about where you're going to get information to kind of write a paper about that particular topic, right? So if you're talking about gangs, obviously Code of the Street, Crips and Bloods, even some aspects of 13th would be helpful, or maybe a chapter or so from your Intro to Crim book. So again, if you're just stating class materials here, that's all you need, right? So you do that, you get the points for that part. And then your research question, meaning whenever you do research, you can't just kind of start with an assumption. You have to test that assumption, right? So it has to be something that can be answered in more than a yes or no question, right? So it can't be like, is there, racism in the criminal justice system? Yeah, for sure. But like how, a better question would be, are there significant racial disparities in sentencing, right? Or, does race play a factor in, maybe how likely you are to actually, be convicted of a crime, right? Or does, race interplay with other factors such as age or gender to impact the way that we perceive a criminal, right? Something like that. You can't just say like something like, is police brutality bad? Yep. Like that's not a research question, but you could talk about, what facilitates police brutality, or what structures of the institution of policing allow for that kind of misconduct to happen, right? Something like that. So it has to be a testable question, not a simple statement. As long as you do that, you say, hey, we're going to do mandatory minimums, and we're asking, do mandatory minimums affect different racial and ethnic groups disproportionately? Boom. There's your research question. There's your topic. That's all you have to do, right? And just give me an idea of what sources you're going to use. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, it's due on the 27th. Just make sure that one person from the group submits the assignment. Only one of you needs to. Just make sure that everyone's name is on the outline that's submitted, so that that's the way I grade it. All right. And again, if you have any questions, let me know.